Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I have some company. I let Moomoo out. Her mama is at school. I heard her scratching around. I said, come on out here. Say hi, Moomoo, and stretch your legs. So you will hear and see her going everywhere, doing everything. Thank you for clicking on this one. It's going to be short and sweet as I am babysitting. but I wanted to share some reflections on this journey and how a lot of my opinions or beliefs have changed. And I don't think change is a bad thing. I don't think it's a negative. I think it is all part of our evolution, the growth, the expansion, and all the things. And I think sometimes there's fear, there's not fear, there's issues with staying the same. Not that you can't be grounded and sure of who you are, your personality, your likes, your dislikes, your morals, your values, your beliefs, but with change comes more space to be your best self. And change can bring a lot of improvements. And again, being informed, new information, if you stay in a bubble sometimes, the world is so much bigger than your little bubble. And your small mind. And again, that's no slight to anyone. We have small minds because that's how everything starts. Everything starts small, and then in time it grows when it is nurtured and fed and watered and all these things. So when you have an environment where you can learn new things, then you go from there. So it's not a negative. And I really, sometimes I think when you put yourself out there and you say something, someone can be like, well, I thought you said this, I thought you said that, or in a video you said this or you said that. But again, back to what I was just saying, that's just further confirmation for myself to look back and be like, wow, look how far I've come, look how far I've grown. And so I wanted to kind of put all of my newer, more recent beliefs and thoughts all in one place, and hopefully this helps someone as I try to get through this video. So this is going to be tying into the parts of writing our own story. I talk a lot about new chapters, and it's nothing new, being empowered and knowing that you have the ability to change your direction and the narrative of your life, okay? That is not based on being saved by a knight in shining armor, or Prince Charming. Even though those things are great benefits, you've already done the groundwork. You see what I'm saying? So, and it doesn't also always necessarily mean you come up on some large sum of money or something, major. It's the little steps that, and the little one sentence at a time, one sentence, and then you build off the sentences and it becomes a paragraph. Several paragraphs, okay, you might have a chapter and you go on from there. But what I found that I was doing, hold please. No. You cannot do that. Come here. Get down. Woo. All right. Thank you. Okay, so redefining and questioning everything. Oh my God. So TT's chasing her and she's going everywhere. This is scary. This is going to force you to find your courage, find your voice, speak up for yourself, do your own due diligence, your own learning, your own everything. Because a lot of things are not, that tickles. A lot of things are not spelled out to us. A lot of things are not just, laid out to where, someone or something or is going to want to tell us that we have option, we have choice, and we have free will, and we have everything we need within us. So, you can call it being radical. Some people call it being extreme, going against the grain. Even, religious texts in the Bible will say things like, going the path less traveled, how it really calls you to be a loner in a lot of ways, or going against the pack, going, away from the herd, the fish, the flock, whatever. Now, sometimes that's used both ways. The flock being together and being united is for your safety and for your own good. And sometimes when you take a path that is less traveled, it is to your benefit. So that can go both ways. But what happens is that you will find a level of freedom that comes with, like I said, the due diligence of knowing what makes you comfortable and what makes you secure. And this can fit into many different aspects of our life. You can take this, and we'll use health, for example. So you may need to look at your health and wellness from a standpoint of, if someone can make money off me, profit off me, and tell me to put something in my body that I don't know enough about, where do I need to advocate for myself? Where do I need to figure out what I have done? This is responsibility, not blame, responsibility. What choices have I made, things that I have done that have brought me to be in this position I'm in? And how can I empower myself to reverse this, heal this, whatever? TT, be nice. And it's not easy. So we can use all kinds of things that people are faced, but we know that there are miracle stories of people that have juiced, fasted, used herbal supplements, and blah, 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 that have healed themselves. But is a doctor going to tell you that? Can they make money from that? When they roll out these new prescriptions and these new vaccines and things like that, who benefits? Are these in your best interest? Can you pronounce the ingredients? This is the level of being informed. What are the risks? What are the side effects? What are the benefits? Where's the data? Where's the research? Where are the case studies? Show me. But see, you have to want to know that for yourself. You have to take control of your health and wellness. So when you sit down in a doctor's office and they're telling you, let's just try this, let's just try that, and then you say, well, I have some questions, you don't feel rushed, you don't feel inferior, you don't feel like you're not heard, you feel like, okay, this is a conversation. Yes, you're the professional. Yes, you went to medical school, but I have a right to your time to ask questions, make suggestions, decline whatever I need to do, ask for certain tests, ask for a second opinion, ask for alternatives, whatever. Okay? That's just a small example. When you go to the bank and they say, okay, well, here's the products. You can say, okay, well, what other products are there? What are my options? What are the interest rates? What's this? What's that? What about this? What about that? You are always making sure that you are going after what is in your best interest. But it takes time, it takes research, and it takes being informed. Okay? And you may feel like you're inconveniencing people. You may feel like people don't understand your line of questioning, and they've got to get to other things and they don't have time for you. That is also a sign of like, okay, who's for you, who's not. You might it's worth finding the people that'll respect your concerns, your questions, and your stance, then blow you off. Let them show you who they are right off the top before you get in bed or get in business or tie yourself to individuals that do not have your best interest at heart. Not that they should, because you don't know them. They're all strangers. This is just business. But you are also going to them because they are professional, so they should still respect you as the customer, as the client. Okay. And again, there is a level of empowerment and freedom that comes with going about any decision you make from that standpoint. Okay? That is what I've learned. And it may take longer. It may be a no. It may be closed doors, but it's better, like I said, to wait. I have had more peace about walking away from things and saying, okay, fine, I'll just do it. Or okay, fine, I'll just settle and accept bare minimum, something that I really don't feel in my heart comfortable with, just because someone else is shrugging me off, blowing me off, and saying I'm doing the most. Okay. Okay, so this expansion your growth and you're evolving, you're writing your new story. I've cut this out of a magazine because I do love making little vision board pages. They're called vision board pages. Um, and things that I love to just look at and remind myself of, things that I'm calling into my life. And so I cut this out of a magazine. I can't remember what it's from, but the quote is, "You speak softly, but you carry a loud bag." So this empowerment that I'm talking about, this freedom, this self-assuredness, this confidence that you'll have, it isn't boastful. It's, like I said, confident. It's fine to be like, I know who I am and I know what I do and I know, what I believe, but you don't walk around now with your nose up in the air looking down on people that have made their choices and made their decisions and live how they want to live. Okay? I have opened up in a few of my videos and shared that I am not vaccinated and I did not choose to vaccinate my children. That is something that I don't know if a lot of people really know about me and my decisions raising my children. It's not something that comes up. Why? Because I do not walk around and look down and snob and snicker or judge when, say, someone has to go to the hospital. Someone has caught something. Someone has, is going through some kind of health issue. And I'm like, it's probably because I do not believe that, but I do not act like that. That is, in my opinion, a wrong way to look at my choice versus their choice. It's not right. It wouldn't make me a likable person. It wouldn't make me a kind person. It doesn't align with, that's not the type of confidence that we're talking about. Me being in a position to have my reserve, my savings account. Okay, that the cash money in my account, of course it gives me a sense of, okay, I feel very safe. I feel very secure. Do I look down on someone else's financial misfortune and say, well, you should have been saving your money when you was with that bum. You should have been saving money when you were with that loser. You should have been saving that money. No, that is a wrong way to look at someone else that made their choice and is walking their path. Because there was a time when I didn't know what I didn't know, and I was walking my path, and someone could have made me feel small and dumb or not wise enough by comparing us in some way. Now, what I will do is, if you ask me what I do differently, I will happily oblige. But I do not preach. I do not wave my finger. I do not, I don't even, we just avoid those topics altogether. Okay. But what I do is allow my lifestyle to preach for itself, speak for itself. So if someone were to ask me, wow, your kids weren't sick all winter, and I take pride in that, not because I have some magic genes, not because, I am super into herbs and like I consider myself like an expert in herbal remedies and alternatives, and nothing like that, but because I know what I do know, I did what I knew to do, and I kept it simple. And they do catch common colds. They do get little bugs, but I also trust their body's ability to self-heal. But that is just me, okay? So that is an example of separating the two. Separating the two. Have my notes here. Okay, another thing that I've learned is that a lot of things that I have been working on and calling into my life and striving toward, some small, some big. There is no time frame. There isn't like, if you don't do it by 35, if you don't do it by 40, if you don't do it in your 20s, if you don't do it at this is, then you're failing. A lot of the things that I've written down are still works in progress, but they're not for the faint of heart. They're big goals. And I mentioned this in another video. There's only one way to eat an elephant. It's bit by bit. So we can't put unnecessary pressures on ourselves. I can't put unnecessary pressures on myself to put myself in a box with these time limits, these 2024 is going to be my year, but if I don't do it all this year, then I'm failing. When I turn 30, I'm in my 30s. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. I'm going to be doing all these things. And then I turn 31 and I'm like, what have you accomplished? What have you done? It is accepting the journey, appreciating the journey, and knowing that I will get there if I wrote down and continue to focus on where I say I want to go and what I say I want to accomplish. Okay? Passion and purpose that are often, now I've probably even said this just out of sheer habit, but the more I lived and the more I kept growing, especially as a life coach, especially talking to individuals that, I'm hearing all of this from the outside looking in, and I'm like, it's really not all that bad. It's really not all that, mysterious and something you need to find. It is something that you decide and you create. I have made this mistake. Find your passion and purpose. No, you will discover that it could be multiple things in your lifetime. It could be multiple things in a day. It could be multiple things, and you do something for a little while and then you can go on to the next thing. Or something that is your passion / purpose can be something that you do in your recreation. It doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be a mission. It doesn't have to be a nonprofit. It doesn't have to be an outreach. It doesn't have to be anything other than what you define it to be. And if you feel like you don't even have a passion and purpose or you can't put your finger on it, it's okay, relax. Because whether you know it or not, you are good at something. You do have things that you care deeply about. And your purpose, if nothing else, is just to thrive, be here, do your best, and live life to the fullest. And have connection, healthy connection with anyone that comes in your path. And any lessons you learn, you take and learn, and let go what you can't control of and keep it moving. Okay? If I do nothing else in this world but raise my children, hold on. Nope. Give me that. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. Woo. So she took my little ear pod case and she was making a run for it to be under the couch somewhere. I don't think this was a good idea. I can't let you go next time because mommy cannot focus. Lost my train of thought. Passion and purpose is what you create, not what you find, not something that you seek out inside of yourself. So we need to release that. Also, I have released that. That has helped me not feel like I'm not doing enough. Oh, that's what I was saying. No, I already said that. If I do nothing else but just raise my kids, keep my home, take care of these animals, I have done a great job. I have done what I needed to do. Okay. So this asking, begging energy, through that is not productive, because what we'll find is by being still, being patient, being quiet, being alone is the time where you can hear yourself, hear who you really are, and see her come through. Okay? We have been so programmed to think that everything we need is outside of ourselves. And that's just simply not true. And, also too, anything that comes from the original blueprint of this thing, okay, so nature, the elements, energies, those things have been put here to sustain us and support us. So we have the ability, we have our minds, we can think, we can create. Beyond that, what else do you need? You see? So when you boil it down to that, you're then left with realizing that it is up to you. It is your responsibility to foster an environment in your life that can allow you to hear yourself. If you're so busy in this rat race, if you're so burdened down by all the things, and I'll use this again, the saying about, it's a quote or whatever, can't remember where it's from, but if you're so focused on, oh my God, she is just doing the most. No. Oh my gosh. can keep you right here. Okay, so when you can focus on your creativity, relearning yourself, right, redefining, no, stay right here. You're able to then find your own voice to tell yourself the answers that you need. That is what I've been able to do when I was so busy fixing relationships, surviving, being stressed, being anxious, being worrying, and not putting the time and effort into my self-care, my self-love, my me time, all those things. They were all distractions keeping me from knowing my own power, knowing my own magic, and knowing how much of this is my responsibility, but how much of this too can flow. I can attract and create and not have to work hard, not have to, stress and make this thing harder than it really is. That is what I have found. That is what I have learned. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Yeah. Yeah. That the last note was really making sure that really making sure that you allow yourself the time through self-care, through self-love, that it takes to come to arrive to this place right here. That is how you do that. It isn't a dollar amount. It isn't the perfect house. It isn't having the perfect job. It isn't having the perfect relationship. It is the time that you invest in listening to yourself, caring for yourself, that these things become clear. I'm going to go. That was it. Thank you for watching. And until the next one, as always, good luck to you and peace. Bye.